Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have to say it before I forget it. I am in Presnienski district. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And part of that district is the Patriarch's Pond. You can actually see the swan over there, where's the little house. Hope you can see it. Very beautiful area. This district actually, I was told, is one of the most affluent areas. Oh, how sweet, look! You will see the ducks here, the whole family. Beautiful, beautiful moment. They are being taught how to swim, learning how to swim instinctively. So, very fancy area, over the top, showing off big time. You know, I'm laughing at this because I worked so many years in those high luxury brands that I've seen all of those human behaviors for many years in the United States. And I was actually here yesterday evening, and the level of presenting the cars and the outfits, it's off the charts. So if you can compare it to a place, I would say this is like kind of like Mayfair in London vibe, but it's actually much more clean, and I would say, well, you know, it's more beautiful in a way, but at the same time the same kind of attitude. So guys, nevertheless, the pond is beautiful and I wanted to show you. I have two things for you. I have two news. One is related to Poland and Belarus, and another is related to Poland and South Africa. I have to talk about it. Like probably many of you already know, but I have to mention it. But before I start with this, I would like to ask you actually, because I don't do this often, if you can put in the comments down below where you are watching me from. What country? You don't have to put the name of the city, you can put the city if you would like to, but just the country where you are watching from. So we see the statistics, where the audience is mainly located. Now I am on the search for a free spot because I want to read you the news, just to give you the glimpse behind me of the buildings. I hope you can see them while I'm walking. So guys, the first news is, actually I've translated this from Polish, but before it was translated from English into Polish, because the original article came from British The Times, and I am trying to find a place. I think I might just jump over this fence like some people do. Why not? Okay, let's do this. Why not? I'm gonna sit somewhere here and read you the news because it's just easier for me. So this article, you will find the link down in the description box below the video, is titled "Hundreds of Belarusians undergo combat training in Poland to overthrow Lukashenko." Like I said, this is from the British Times. Here I am, everyone. FYI. Okay, yay, and birds flying. How cool is this? Real moment. Okay, hundreds of Belarusian citizens who fled the country after mass protests in 2020 are undergoing combat training in Poland to overthrow Alexander Lukashenko. According to the British newspaper The Times, the training is conducted by former officers to the Belarusian security forces, BYPOL, I'm not sure if this is how you pronounce it, BYPOL, who were also forced to leave the country. According to the leader of the organization, Alexander Azarov, some groups of Belarusians have been training for months. Previously, partisans associated with BYPOL had already carried out several successful operations on the territory of Belarus. In particular, after the beginning of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, they organized sabotage on the railway line used by Russian troops. In February this year, the organization admitted to attacking a Russian A-50 reconnaissance aircraft at the airport near Minsk using 2 drones. BIPOL has been recognized as an extremist organization in Belarus. We have tried to go the peaceful way, but the state has never gained freedom without blood, explained his decision to join BIPOL, a 60-year-old electrician who uses the pseudonym grandfather. Here is another person. My daughter doesn't know I'm here. I told her I was going to play paintball. I came here to train to fight for Belarus, said 42-year-old volunteer, nickname Predator. Okay, the last part of this. Participants of the training prepare for 2 days. Sorry, I got distracted. Participants of the training prepare for the day they call among themselves Time X, which means when they will return to Belarus to fight the regime. This moment might come when the Russian Federation withdraw from Belarus, said another Belarusian. So guys, they are training those people. They are being trained in Poland. And I've mentioned this before, that, and you know this, but in my opinion, this will be probably the place where they are going to create some shenanigans in order to escalate and enter. But it's just, you know what I'm saying. I just have to be, sometimes you have to talk around. Okay, now let me get you to the second article, which I have right here. And this is, as you know, the South African delegation was stuck in Poland. They are taking pictures and I'm distracted here. They already left Poland, that South African delegation, but I want to read you the latest commentary on this, about the South Africa. By the way, greetings to everyone from South Africa who's watching. It's on my bucket list. It's definitely a place I want to visit in my lifetime, hopefully many times. And now they are creating, again, zero diplomacy relationships. So how they will be perceiving Polish now, who knows. But we had this delegation that left, and in the background there is a serious clash and accusations. A plane with members of the delegation flew from Chopin Airport to Pretoria on Sunday morning. So yesterday morning they left. The delegation got stuck on the tarmac, which was harshly commented by them, with comments against Poland. Reasonably so, I will add, but let me continue. So South Africa accused Poland of sabotage. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs informed on Friday that a day earlier at the Warsaw-Okęcie airport, a plane with members of the protection of the President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, was stopped. The situation is the situation is the result of failure to comply with the standard entry procedures required by the Polish side. End of quote. This is the quote from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And according to the ministry, there were dangerous materials on board the plane on which South African representatives were, and they did not have the permit, as well as there were people who have not been previously notified to the Polish side. A delegation of President of South Africa accused the Polish side of racism and deliberate sabotage of the authorities of this planned visit of African countries to Ukraine. It's absolutely unacceptable how they are running the diplomacy is zero diplomacy, in my opinion. I have no words for these guys. I mean, you know, I don't, I'm not in the position to do things that, you know, I'm not in the government or anything, but I'm very, very ashamed of those things. Let me just go because I really get distracted here. Very ashamed how they are approaching other countries. This to me was strictly done because of that trip to Ukraine, and they wanted to, you know, to sabotage. We know that. So we don't have to even talk about it. Clearly we know. It's disgusting, it really is. They can find any reasoning. I think if this would be delegation from a different country, that would not be an issue at all. But because they were going there, as I believe, to have peace conversations, negotiations, discussions, no one wants peace, looks like, right? I mean, no, there are countries who want peace, but I'm saying from the Western countries, who wants peace? Who wants peace? Another thing here I want to mention, because someone has accused me of being a racist. And under one of my videos there were some comments that I'm a racist because I made a comment about something that I will explain to you. I just crossed the street. About something that was taken in the wrong way by those people who left the comments. So that video when I was telling you about President Putin addressing the mercenaries and Polish mercenaries in Ukraine. I was passing by the group, a big group of people that was gathered on the corner, and I made a joke. This looks like a Chinese bus has arrived, and I understand that this can be taken the wrong way, but I want to say first two things. I want to say why I said it, and then I want to apologize if anyone feels offended, because this was absolutely not my intention to offend anyone, Chinese or not Chinese at all. I'm just saying that a lot of things can be taken completely out of the context, but I want to explain this context, so maybe here we will just clean this up and it's off the way. When I was working, doesn't matter what street, because one of really good streets in Los Angeles, fashion industry, there was a certain area where we had the bus stops. So the tourists were arriving, the clients were arriving, and there was a lot of customers once the bus has arrived. And because Chinese clients were one of the best clients you could have, the only problem was because you can only spend below $10,000 cash. You can only pay cash with $10,000. After $10,000 you have to report it to the IRS. So that was the only issue, because they wanted to spend more. So we had to make some arrangements for that. But why I'm telling you the story, because those buses were arriving, and when there was a big group of Chinese customers, of Chinese people on the street, we knew that Chinese bus has arrived, because they were gathered. And they usually had their translators with them, because a lot of them didn't speak English. Many of them do, but they are just sometimes very shy to speak, and they prefer not to. So I just want to say here, this is the story behind that comment, and I apologize to anyone who got offended by this, because absolutely it was not my intention. I always enjoy working with Chinese people, because they know exactly what they want. They point at the product, they said "Tsiga, tsiga, tsiga," which means this one, this one, this one. And they buy, and they're just cool, you know, like straight to the point. No wasting time. Very nice people. A little bit guarded because of the language barrier, but no problems at all. So again, I want to say I'm sorry. And if you are still holding the grudge, then that's not my problem at this moment. I release that. That's all for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. And I'm on another street. Some of the streets, I have to tell you guys, when you walk those streets, they feel like you're actually because of the architecture. You feel like you're in Paris or you're in London, but it's just so much cleaner and it's so safe, guys. It's so safe. Like in the evenings, I literally have zero concern. Like when I'm here walking through so many areas, and even in the evening, I feel great. I have no problem with walking alone, and you feel safe, which is not that common lately in many of the Western cities, unfortunately. So that's all I have for you today. Make sure to join me on locals. I emphasize again, guys, very important, and follow me on Instagram. Tomorrow I might have a video, I might not, it depends. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Lots of love, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like. If you don't, thank you for watching. Bye.